Hey everyone, this is CEO Trades, where money works for you. Today we have a very important question that has been going around, and some of the members in my Telegram group, which you are all welcome if you follow the comments below to join, we've been asked, our team leaders have been asked, how to become rich. What do you have to do to become rich? And as I started to research this, I found a few important and unbelievable responses to this. But the ones that struck me most are from Warren Buffett, who most people know about. And Warren Buffett has been asked many times, but also Ray Dalio has a similar type of uh, perspective on this, as well as some other influential people do too. But the one that stood out was Warren Buffett's and Ray Dalio. And I just wanted to share these four or five things that you need to be aware of to become rich. Now, I am not rich. However, yet, I am not rich yet. Always remember that. Don't ever say you are not rich. Always put that three-letter powerful word at the end of that. I am not rich yet. It just makes it smoother, psychologically more powerful for you. Number one, search for small companies. As you can see, as I'm sharing my screen here, this is Pancake Swap, where you can find a lot of these startup coins and tokens. And Warren Buffett, when he started out back in the 50s, he sought after small companies, companies where he could invest in, I believe it was $5,000 to $10,000 because that's all he could afford at the time. Hint, hint, meaning you start out with whatever you have. But then he said that it makes sense to accumulate $100,000 because that's where things start to happen much quicker. And for most people who are listening here, you know that it's not that easy to come up with $100,000. You have to be very dedicated to being able to raise that kind of money. You can make it in the stock market, you can make it in crypto, but and you can make it in options and probably forex and so on, but you have to be dedicated to whatever system you have. But at the beginning you might have to work as well as invest, so that while your money's working for you, you are working for your money as well. Well, that's the reality, is that you have to invest in small companies, but not just any company. I've seen people go into some of these coins that are, yeah, they sound great, like Stop Elon. It sounds great, and maybe I could be wrong. I hope I'm wrong for those of you who are invested. It'll shoot up and then shoot right back down. Within a few minutes, most probably. It'll shoot up and then come right back down. Are you ready for those swings? Are you ready for that spike and then crash, immediate crash? That happens. That happens all the time with some of these companies. There are a lot of coins that are coming out, a lot. But out of that group, there are one or two within that whole group that's coming out that are worthwhile. Which are they? We don't know. We need a little bit of luck. That's number two. If you don't feel lucky, if you don't feel that you're going to make money, if you don't envision yourself with money, if you're not out of debt, then guess what? It gets tougher. You've got to be able to do the little things so that you can get to the bigger amounts. If you're unable to manage a dollar and put away 10, 20, 30%, and then pay with the rest, then you're not paying yourself. You're not able to manage money. Guess what? When the bigger amounts come, they're just going to go away. And I know everyone will say, I don't care, just bring it on. That's not the winning attitude that makes someone a millionaire. I mean, look at all those who've gotten the lottery just out of nowhere. Most people go back to being poor after a few years. Is that really what you want? No. Learn how to manage money. Learn how to manage it now so that when you get the bigger amounts, this won't be in question. The third thing is expectations. What do you expect? What do you expect from the returns on these companies? Remember that compounding interest will work in your favor, but only if you do the research, the due diligence, the double D. That's as it is referred to in many areas. The due diligence, what people don't like to do to research into a company to find out if it's worthwhile investing in. Some of these coins are fabulous. They're fabulous. Look at SafeMoon. SafeMoon's big talk. It hasn't gotten off the ground, but they have an education program and they have a few other things that they're investing in. Look at Hogel Finance, HOGL Finance. I mean, that's a great company. Dogecoin is the talk of the town. It's the coin of the people. However, Elon Musk has made it so that people would have questionable investing practices. Don't just base your investment practices on one person. Dogecoin might not be the greatest coin, but because it is the hype, invest in it for the long term because it will come out of that hole it's in as everything else starts to come out. You know, Bitcoin is referred to the substitute of gold, Bitcoin. And obviously, there is a Bitcoin gold. However, Bitcoin in general is known as a substitute of gold. And as a matter of fact, I believe it's worth so much more compared to gold. It's unbelievable. And you can't grasp it, you can't taste it, you can't visualize it, but you can imagine it. And being the first coin of its kind, most people are magnetized to Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. I have some Bitcoin. However, there are other coins that give possibilities just like Bitcoin. I've seen them, like Yearn, Yearn. Is that a Asian coin? I believe it is, although I have not looked into it because I'm not interested in investing in that one yet. Crypto came from nowhere, right? And all of a sudden it became a huge force, just like in Star Wars. No pun intended, although I like Star Wars. But Warren Buffett invested in small companies. Maybe you can consider investing in these cryptos that came from nowhere. However, they have a purpose. If they have a purpose that is long lasting, then guess what? You're investing in something that's worthwhile. But not only that, you know that the market's going to have its up and downs. The coin industry will have its up and downs. The token industry will have its ups and downs. NFT, options, Forex, you name it, it's going to have its up and downs. Get ready for these big fluctuations. However, if you get ready for them, you'll make some money. Multiplied, multiplied. Even if you're stuck at the bottom where the market drops 90%, which we could be, the market could be looming to go down even further. It could be. I don't see it coming out of where it's at right now. It doesn't look like it's going to come out right away, but it could be in that stage right now. What do you do? Do you take out? Do you cash out? Maybe you want to cash out 50% and be able to invest 50% if it goes back down further than it already has, right? These big fluctuations are normal. That's how people get rich. That's how you make more money if you learn the system. Remember, the system is mainly for those who have lots of money. For those of you who have little money, you've got to learn to take the advantage points that the system gives you. And these big fluctuations give you vantage points. I'll just give you one hint. One hint that Warren Buffett or Ray Dalio do not share. Look for these softwares that offer you a stop loss, a trailing stop loss, and so on. That's a simple hint. You know, these companies that you should be investing in, these small companies, they are hard to find. But when you find them, you'll notice that they are undervalued. But you've got to look, you've got to read. And also remember, getting 50% returns are very hard. And once in a while, I'll see it. Like I see right here on this screen that I'm sharing. Cake BNB, 46%. That's not going to last, but it's very good. That's very good. What else is at that rate right here? Look at that. HGET at BNB, 172%. If you don't know what these letters stand for, Look it up. BNB. It's Binance. What is Binance? If you don't know, look it up. You can see all these APRs. These are pretty good. However, you know that these are very risky. What am I looking at, right? What am I looking at? Farms. That's very big. Farms and land is very big on investing. These are the small companies that you might be looking for. Look for which one is worthy of investing in. If you had $1,000 to invest in, why don't you pick 10 of these and put $100 into each? You don't have to become a multimillionaire, maybe 100,000aire. Wouldn't that be nice? Well, it gets you on the road to getting to whatever your monetary goals are. How to become rich is not necessarily a all and that's it. You've got to enjoy the process. If you're not enjoying the process, if you're not sweating during the process, if you're not losing during the process, you're not going to get there. I've lost money, but I've gained it back multiplied. And I hope that if you lose money, stick with it. Stay in there. You're going to lose some, but you're going to make so much more if you stick with it. That's how you become rich. It's not necessarily the actual money, it's the process. It's the process which I just gave you. And most of you will not even follow because you're looking for some other answers, some other technique, something that's much easier. Well, I leave it up to you. And if you get rich without following these steps, send me a message. And lastly, if you really care, please share. Share these recordings with your friends, with those in your communities, because you don't know who's going to need it and you don't know who's going to benefit from it, and maybe they'll remember you. This is CEO Trades signing off. Remember, if you want to make money, then invest in your knowledge account because everything else will grow multiplied. Have a good one.